County spent $1.5 million on travel-related expenses in fiscal year 2022, while Clark County Schools disclosed only a small portion of their travel expenses. Rachel O'Brien joins us each and every Friday from OpenTheBooks.com and joins us live to talk a little bit more about what she found. So we're going to go ahead and get to you. Okay, so when we talk about travel-related expenses, what are we talking about when it comes to Clark County and those travel-related expenses?
So Clark County spent, as you mentioned, about $1.5 million, and that included $155,000 on hotels, $54,000 on transportation, including more than $21,000 at rideshare service Lyft. They rented cars at Enterprise, another $10,000 on other unspecified transportation. About $77,000 was spent on meals. And some of this was travel to annual conferences and training, but a lot of the transactions had vague or incomplete descriptions. The county also included other training expenses, which we didn't necessarily ask for, but these, I guess, were expenses that they thought would explain why they were traveling places. Things didn't match up exactly. It was hard to tell why they were traveling, but the county paid $16,000 to an IT product company, CDW Government. Another $14,000 went to research and consulting firm Gartner. So we saw a lot of those sort of IT and training service companies were being paid.
And, so I know you do a lot of research and digging when it comes to the numbers and how these numbers compare. Is there any comparison based upon, all the work that you've done in the past when you look at maybe those numbers in Clark County and maybe how it compares to maybe other counties that size?
Yeah, so we do look at travel expenses in other places. We're looking at Nashville right now, and they aren't exactly the same size, but they're similar. And they had last year about close to $4 million in expenses. And I want to point out that Clark County Schools, they do have a lot of travel expenses. They only sent us a small portion of theirs, which was mostly the superintendent, him traveling to a dozen or so conferences. So that's sort of an incomplete picture as well.
Okay. So I take it you'll probably be seeing if you can find out more of that information and kind of dig a little deeper into it. Just kind of interesting to see some of those numbers, how they shape up, and obviously it's taxpayers' dollars, so always want to kind of get a better and complete picture of how that's all coming together. Rachel O'Brien, appreciate you. We will see you again next Friday.